I never thought that I'd see the day that a roll of toilet paper would be such a hot ticket item. We've probably all had those moments in the woods where lack of toilet paper did make us panic. I've had a lot of people ask me as a pastor, what is my take on the situation that's going on in our world with the coronavirus? You know, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are realizing the things that they have put their life into, the things they've put their faith in and invested their time in is failing them in a time of crisis. The only thing that is not changed, the only thing that is stable is God. I can assure you, God is not in heaven wringing his hands wondering what in the world are we going to do next. And it would be wise for all of us to cling to him, to hold on to him. The last thing that we need to do is panic, because panic produces more panic. We need to choose every day to be a stepping stone and not a stumbling block. We need to be positive. We need to MacGyver our situation. Y'all that seen MacGyver before, the old episodes or the new ones, you know what he does. He takes things that he has and makes something beneficial out of it to help the situation. You want to know what me and my family did last night? You know the little Nerf guns that shoot the little foam darts? Me and my wife, my daughter, and my son, we had a Nerf battle in the house. My wife channeled her inner Rambo last night, and it was the greatest thing we had ever seen. We're making memories. That's what we need to do. Take advantage of this time with our kids. Don't panic. We need to be going and checking on our next door neighbors, our elderly neighbors, offering to go and get their groceries for them, do things. I read somewhere where a neighborhood was stringing up their Christmas lights just to spread joy. I mean, who doesn't love going and seeing Christmas lights? Choose what you will do. Choose to be the stepping stone and not the stumbling block. Psalm 27:1 says that God is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? God is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? God is the only stable thing that we have. We need to cling to him. And now more than ever, keep shooting straight.
All right, everybody, this next segment's being sponsored by our friend over at Courtney's Restaurant and Catering. You guys can find them at 4066B North Mount Juliet Road in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, or give them a call for all your catering needs at 615-754-7548. All right, welcome back, guys. We've got some people that have been holding on the phone for us here, so we're going to jump on right into a couple of these calls. We've got Rappel on 3. Rappel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for calling. How can we help you tonight?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing great.
Well, I got 2 questions for you, bud.
Okay.
I got a little young rabbit dog that I've been raising, and every time I shoot a gun around him, he wants to run from me.
What caliber is that? What kind of gun are you shooting?
It's a 20-gauge shotgun.
20 gauge. Is he really close by you?
Yeah, I got a loop that I hook on my belt, and where I got a little collar around him.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I shoot the gun, he wants to run if I ain't got him looped to it.
Oh yeah. Let's see. One thing is, like, we don't generally, there's not a lot of shooting like directly over the dogs, because even some older dogs, in the beginning, they would spook a little bit. Like normally whenever we're shooting, the rabbits or the dogs are actually out in the field running the rabbits. So, the rabbit's usually 50 to 100 yards in front of the dogs. Mm-hmm. So the dogs aren't right there whenever you're shooting. Yeah. So what I would do is either wait till he's further away from you before you shoot, and a lot of times the dogs are just too close and you don't want to mess them up, so you have to wait, and sometimes the rabbit will pass by.
Oh, we've done it many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of times it's just because that sound would startle anybody, especially if they don't know what's about to happen, and it is loud on them because their ears are super sensitive.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And then whenever you do shoot, take him out, let him hunt and run, and then just have it like a 22, something a little bit lower caliber, and let him get used to that. And then another thing is, we were talking about the tagline earlier. If you have one that's hard to catch, but you can get close to him, I have a check cord, what I put on their collars, and what it is, it's just one of those those cables that you get whenever you buy one of those stakes.
Yeah, that comes with
you put in the
little
ground,
pins
comes
on
with
the
cable.
end. Yeah.
I cut one of the ends off and the rest of the cable's slick, so you don't have to worry about getting hung up on anything. And it's about 15 foot long, I think, and that way, if I can get just within 15 foot of him, you step on that cable and then you can really
Yeah. Okay. And what else did you have?
Well, I've been doing some crappie fishing over in the Cedar Creek, and I ain't been doing no good at all. I've been using the bottled water plugs and stuff like that, and I was wanting to see what else I could use to catch the crappie on.
You have any suggestions on that, Dave?
Man, I'd be using live bait. I'd be using minnows and jigs, and be sure to start fishing a little bit shallower. You may be a little too deep. The water temperature up there still ought to be probably in the 50s, I'd say. Just start easing in the back of your creeks like Indian Creek and Defeated Creek, and go with some minnows, you know, and just try to hit every little piece of brush you see. I also like to throw a crappie jig under a floater anywhere from a foot to 2 foot deep, and you can really cover a lot of water that way to finding them. So just, you know, the creek mouths around the bridges and just standing timber right now, but they're up shallow up there also. You just got to find them. Cordell Hole is a totally different lake than any other lake you're going to fish.
It's a river system.
I mean,
so
but when you go up there, they're either biting or they're not biting. You can go up there and catch them, or you don't get a bite sometimes. But
it can be a tough lake.
But it's full of them, and you really just got to target certain areas like the mouth of the creeks and then the backs of the creeks. Just minnow dunking and drag. I do what I like to do, drag minnows. I like to put them behind the boat 4 and 5 feet deep and just slowly move up the banks. And as you move, you'll catch them on the floaters. They're not going to run off from a boat with just a trolling motor. They're not too spooky.
Right. Well, I've been having a lot of problems out of my motor this year, and that's the reason I've not been trying to fish Center Hill or First and Preach or nothing like that.
Right.
Now, Cordell's a great fishery. It's truly actually one of my favorites. It's one of the closer lakes to where I live. And so, but it's different to fish. It's more like fishing a river than it is a lake. So they can be tricky. But like Dayton said, the best thing to do is just search for them. If you can find them trolling around or something like that, you can get on them after that once you find the first couple.
Alrighty, I appreciate y'all's help and everything, and y'all do a good job and stuff.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you calling. You have a good night.
Alright, you too.
All right, guys. Let's try to catch one more call real fast. Who do I have on 4? We got Bruce. How are you doing tonight? Bruce?
Yeah, this is Bruce. How y'all?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Enjoy your show.
I appreciate that very much. How can we help you tonight?
I'm a rabbit hunter myself. Well, my dogs run them. They hunt them. I just shoot them. But I really enjoyed the show, and I had to put down one of my lemon dogs last Friday. So she was 16, and I got another 17-year-old one. That's all I got left.
Okay.
So I'm ready to get some more puppies. So I was wanting to get them guys' number so I can give them a holler, see if I can get some puppies.
Okay, we can get you hooked up with
And
them.
I'll let you go, but I wanted to tell you,
Okay.
I'm really proud of you young men for having that pastor on there, and you guys keep shooting straight.
I appreciate
Yes,
it very
sir.
much.
Yes, sir.
Look, stay on the line with Taylor, and we'll try to get you that information, okay?
All right, thank
All
you,
right,
Brandon.
thank you. Have a great night. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have this week's calendar of events for you and some more Southern Wisdom Waters.